Great Ogoni people, great. My name is Victor Baradragbarabo. Today I want to speak on the topic Ogoni people and the quest for self-determination/autonomy. If you listen to youth of today, if you listen to them and then if you read what they write, you discover that they've actually been detached from the truth. They don't actually know what the Mossop struggle, is all about. The crux of the matter is hidden from them. I don't blame them for this. This is because they grew into an era whereby Mossop has been politicized, and instead of building on where Ken Saro-Wiwa left, we've politicized the whole thing. You see, Mossop is supposed to be a progressive movement, a movement that will build on from where Ken Saro-Wiwa stopped, expand it, and achieve the autonomy which we demanded. But it is unfortunate that Mossop has gone this way, and it is imperative that we let the truth out. The onus is now on those who know the truth to say it out, irrespective of whatsoever that he will face. You have to speak the truth, because this same truth, 9 men laid down their lives. This same truth, over 3,000 Ogoni people were killed. So we can't keep mute and see the whole generation go into the drain. No. So that is why I decided to speak on this matter again. So I want to make a brief explanation of self-determination and the possible outcomes so that they can know exactly where Ogoni is heading to. Self-determination, as it is accepted worldwide, is the fundamental right of all human beings to pursue their own political status and decide their economic, social, and cultural development. It's a simple thing. It is accepted worldwide. It was first used by the American in the American Declaration of Independence in 1776. Later on, the France used it also in the Declaration of Rights of Man in 1789. And then later, it was embodied in the UN Charter, which is acceptable worldwide. So it is not what we shy away from. So I will now move on to the possible outcome of self-determination. Self-determination is a broad concept. There are other things. There are other things that are in it. So if you are pursuing self-determination, there are different classes of it that you need to know the very one you are going after. Because self-determination can lead you to independence, complete independence. For example, South Sudan got independence from Sudan. So that is part of self-determination. So they wanted complete independence. Now you also have what we call autonomy. We also have what we call federation. We also have what we call devolution of power. But for the sake of time and this video, I will come to the number 2, which is autonomy. That is where the Ogoni matter is situated. And let me make a quick remark here. You see, the Ogoni we have today has even forgotten about this autonomy. They've drifted into politics. But I tell you, it would have been better, instead of us to drift into politics, we should improve beyond autonomy and go for independence. Because it is our right if we want to. So autonomy is having some level of self-control in a country. So, for example, many people don't know that Hong Kong is in China. Hong Kong is a former colony of the British. But it is in China, the southeast of China. They have what we call autonomy. They have their own government, they run their own thing. And it is a beautiful thing. Now, another people that practice autonomy is Ethiopia. Ethiopia is in Africa here. Go and make research about the constitution of Ethiopia, and you will understand how beautiful it is. They practice autonomy. And let me remind you, you see, I always say they are the in-laws to Moses. Moses in the Bible, Moses married from Ethiopia. His in-law was a pastor. He married from Ethiopia. So those people, they are great people. The Ethiopians, they are great people. They practice autonomy that everybody is free. And if you read their constitution, if you want to have complete independence, you are free to pursue it, provided the third majority of your people votes for this. So I see no reason why Ogoni people should shy away from the little autonomy we wanted within the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If you read the Bill of Rights, it said, why we reaffirm our right to be in Nigeria, but they should give us some autonomy, some level of autonomy that we're able to decide our political status and economic status. Just that is simple. It's a very simple thing. So what is the problem of today? Look, sometimes it beats my imagination to begin to think, how did we get to where we are today? That the people that was set on high has come so low to the point that they are beginning to beg for crumbs from the table. Is something wrong with us? I'm telling you, if Kensarowa and 8 others, and I'm sure some people don't even know the name of these 8 others. They don't even know Barabo Bera. They don't know John Kune. They don't know Paul Levera, which was the youngest among. They don't even know. We've forgotten about these men that laid down their life, voluntarily laid down their life. Let me tell you, if you don't know that they had the option to either be alive or to die. When Owen had a private meeting, he had a private meeting with the MD of Shell, Brian Anderson then. And what did Anderson tell him? Anderson told Owen that he should write a note on Mossop letterhead paper telling the world that what Ken Saronwewa was saying was false, and that all the oil spillage, all the environmental disaster and every other thing was false, and that we should stop the Ogoni movement. If that is done, that Owen should give him the original copy and they should publish it in Nigerian newspaper. If that is done, then Ken Saronwewa and the rest will be free. When Owen passed this information to Ken in prison, what did Ken say? Ken said it was time for them Shell to show some level of respect for Ogoni people, and that he said no, hell no, he wasn't going to do that, and nobody will do that. So if you don't know that these men, they laid down their lives for you, and today you jump from one political party to the other. Today you jump from one place to the other, and you think you are speaking for Ogoni people, and you think that you are running the Ogoni cause. Let me tell you, Ogoni cause is not about politics. This kind of politics you see, it's a movement that we're supposed to move, get what we want, settle down, and have our own politics. That is what the Ogoni people is all about. That is what the Ogoni struggle is all about. So I am saying this so that the youth of today should understand where we are coming from, the crux of this matter, because they have destroyed the whole thing, the whole fabric of Mossop, the whole thing that Mossop stood for. They've washed it away, and if we don't stand up now, it is going to be detrimental to the posterity of Ogoni people. Ogoni people, you have to realize that Ken Saronwewa, Barabo Bera, John Kune, Paul Levera, Saturday, all these men said they did not die because they just wanted to eat. They died because they wanted Ogoni people to be liberated from abject poverty and live a life of happiness. Live on wealth, enjoy wealth, and be happy. So that when you die, you can thank your God that the God-given resources, those mineral resources, you are able to make good use of it. Is it not the same oil we have that they have in Saudi Arabia, they have in other Arab countries, they have in other parts of the world? Is it not the same oil we have that they've used it to their own benefit? But what have we achieved from the oil we have, from the gas we have? Complete destruction. And you are there jumping about, politicking. It won't help us. It won't help you. If you don't know, you have to know it. I'm calling on Ogoni people today, and I'm calling on the youth. Please understand this fact. Understand this fact. Let me tell you, do you know why you belong to UMPO? Do you know why you belong to UMPO? Unrepresented Nation and People's Organization. Do you know why you belong to them? Go and check on the website of UMPO. Look at those who belong to UMPO. Look at what they are aspiring for. Many are aspiring for complete independence. Let me tell you, in Cameroon, we have what the people we call the Ambazonia. They are the southern part of Cameroon. They speak English. They are not the Francophone part, those who speak French. They want complete independence from Cameroon. They were admitted into UMPO, I think last year, 2018. The people of Western Togoland in Ghana, there is a people called Western Togoland. They are also aspiring for complete independence from Ghana. Ogoni people, what do we just want? A simple autonomy, simple autonomy. Look at Catalonia in Spain. They want complete independence from what? Spain. They are all in UMPO. We've been in UMPO since 19 January 1993. We've been in UMPO. Some of those who came into UMPO after we've been admitted, they've gotten their independence. Just go to the website of UMPO and begin to look at it. How best can we utilize this opportunity? That was where Ken Saronwewa placed us among the people of the world, so that we can begin to raise our voice, we can begin to speak. Listen to me, you people don't go and read the books of Ken, go and read and understand Ken Saronwewa. He knew he was not going to finish it, but he was to build up people to take over from him and finalize the situation. But it's unfortunate that many that were with Ken, they did not understand what the man was saying. Today, Mosop is struggling. Mosop shouldn't struggle. Today, who speaks about Mosop in the world? Mosop before that, on BBC, on VOA, on CNN, you will hear Mosop. If Ogoni people are, even when Ogoni people are celebrating January 4th or Remembrance Day, you will hear Mosop. Today, do you even hear it? Do you watch it? So what is the problem? The leadership of Mosop, they have to sit tight. They have to sit tight. Because what we are saying is completely different. So in a nutshell, what am I saying? Ogoni people, we have a fight to fight. And the fight is to continue non-violently as Ken Saronwewa taught us. But we shouldn't let ourselves be deceived by these politicians. We shouldn't let ourselves be deceived by those who appear as liberators, but they are not. They are now oppressing us the more. I feel ashamed when I look at where we were before and where we are now. Let me tell you, if Ken Saronwewa and 8 others, if they come back alive today, they will be shocked to their marrow at the level of deterioration we've got into. They'll be surprised. But those men had the conviction that Ogoni was going to survive. And they laid down their lives. You can forget everything. But don't forget that 9 men laid down their lives for you to benefit, for you to enjoy, for you to be happy. It is time we begin to think and return to the actual program of Mossop. But what we are seeing nowadays is completely out of place. It's unacceptable. So I am challenging the youth, because the ball is in our court. We have to decide, we have to rise. Look, it is a pity. Look at it, that government is talking about the resumption of oil operations in Ogoni land. Are they mad? This is because the place, it looks like where there are no people. This is because Mossop that is supposed to talk is not talking. But if Mossop was talking, then by now the government would have been sitting on fire. Their eyes would have been hot, because pressures would have been coming on them from the Western world, from all over the world. But they are relaxed. And that is why they have the gut to think of oil resumption in Ogoni land. And I want to tell Ogoni people, the day you allow them take your oil, it is over. It is over. The only benefit, which to me is a benefit, is because the oil remains in the ground. And so other oil spillage, other drilling, other siphoning of our wealth is stopped. But I want to tell you, we haven't achieved 2% of the Ogoni struggle. I'm telling you, we haven't achieved that. It is a pity that we sit on oil. Oil, do you know what we call oil? And gas. And we are poor. We are among the poorest in the world, living below $1 a day. We are poor people. But we have everything that God gave to us to enable us rich. But we seem to forget, how can you be going to government to beg? In the name of politics, you beg what belongs to you. I don't understand. I can't really understand this thing. You go and beg what belongs to you in the name of politics, when you are supposed to demand for autonomy and get your autonomy and enjoy your wealth. You are not going to beg. What kind of people we have. I truly believe in the Ogoni people. I truly believe in the Ogoni struggle, and I truly believe that we will achieve it. And that is why I am talking. That is why I am saying that the Ogoni people, we need to wake up from our slumber. We need to rise again and take what belongs to us. Let me tell you something. The situation in Nigeria, look, let me not hide this. Nigeria is going to disintegrate. Nigeria will disintegrate. Nigeria is going to scatter. If you don't know, let me use that word. Nigeria will scatter. There will be nothing called Nigeria. Because many people, from the days of Kensaro up till now, people have talked about restructuring. That is what Kensaro was saying. Because if you restructure, you are able to control what you have. And you live your life and you contribute to the center. But they don't hear again. They don't want to hear again. So the voice of restructuring is diminishing. And do you know the voice that is coming out loud now? The voice that is coming out loud now is what? Independence. Total what? Disintegration. That is what is coming. In my heart, I have moved beyond restructuring. And so the autonomy we even want, we were even pitying them that let's be part of them and contribute to them. But what is coming? Ogoni people, we have to prepare ourselves. We will be out of Nigeria. There's not two ways about it. We will be out. So instead of us to, the least we should agree is the autonomy, which is written in the Ogoni Bill of Rights. But that we should come down below autonomy is unacceptable. Rather, we should demand complete independence. It's our right. That is the point I'm making. If they don't want to give us the autonomy, we will get the complete independence. And the truth is, Nigeria is going to disintegrate. Nigeria will disintegrate. Let me tell you, listen, don't be deceived by anybody. You ask your God, pray to your God, and watch. If you know from the spiritual, you will understand what I'm talking. But if you allow yourself to be carried about, be lied to, then it is a pity. But just know that Nigeria will disintegrate. Nigeria will that force of cohesion is broken. That force that held us together is broken. The only thing, Nigeria is mere existing. The only thing you see today is that Nigeria is just existing. People think Nigeria is living, and that is why they are siphoning the money. That is why they are stealing. They know it. Even these people in power, they know it. So they are finding every means to get what they want. And if you don't know, they want to come and take your own oil. If you don't know, all this roga or whatever rubbish they call it, that they should give the Fulani settlement in all parts of Nigeria where they will have their cow colony. My brother, if you accept that, you are completely foolish. Cow colony. What about the vast land they have in the north? I lived in the north before. What about the vast land they have in the north? Can't they make their ranches? But it is not about cow colony. Listen, it's about killing you and taking your land, taking your wealth. If you don't know, go and read history. It's a pity that they remove history from the school curriculum. But now I think they said warriors as reinstated in the school curriculum. But then forget all that. They are coming to take it from you. So if you don't rise to this, it can be a lone voice, but you will understand better. If you don't rise to stop this nonsense will not stop. So I'm telling the Ogoni people, I know there are many good Ogoni people. I know there are many of them that have this understanding I have. But it is because of the situation they found themselves. That is why some of them are even misbehaving. Even many of these people that have gone into politics. It's not that they don't know the truth, but they want to eat. And let me tell you something. Do you know something? If your enemy wants to get you, he will crumble you economically so that you come begging. And he will use that to deal with you. And that is what they have done to the Ogoni people. So if we keep going to them to beg, then we will remain slaves forever. But it is better we go hungry for now and achieve something tomorrow so that you can eat better. And when you die, you will die with the conviction that your posterity, children after you, is going to continue to live better. They won't be slaves. My brother, how long will your own generation continue to be slaves? If you cannot fight against slavery and you die in slavery, transferring this slavery to your generation yet unborn, then I don't know why you came to this world. It would have been better you never came. And that is why I will continue to reverence people like Ken Saro-Wiwa and 8 other men that laid down their lives. I will continue to reverence them. I will continue to appreciate them. I will continue to appreciate them because these are men that stood for the truth. It is better you die fighting than not to fight at all. You can't die twice, you will die once. And the most frustrating one is when you die alive. You are alive and you are dying. And you see what you are supposed to do to liberate your condition, your situation. And you can't do because you are afraid you will die. And yet you are dead. You are dead. Look, Ogoni people, if we allow this government to come and take our oil again, then what will come after what will come after. Anyway, let me pause there. Let me not talk on that. Because many of you champions of today were the same people yesterday that destroyed what Ken Saro-Wiwa was building. You were the same people that fought against what Ken Saro-Wiwa was building. And today you have come again because you want to continue to be relevant, because you want to continue to enrich yourself at the detriment of the entire population of Ogoni people. And you think you are more Ogoni than others. You think you are more important than others. Go to history, learn from history. Because if you learn from history, you will retrace your steps. What is wrong with us? This is the same scenario we found ourselves. And 4 men were murdered by this same government. Just because they wanted to get Ken Saro-Wiwa. They murdered the 4 Ogoni prominent men. And at the end of the day, murdered Ken Saro-Wiwa with 8 others. And today we are like orphans. And you've started these same steps again. Be watchful. My sincere desire is that you repent, change your ways, so that your life and the life of Ogoni people can be better. But it is personal, it's up to you. My simple advice is that just repent. If you know you cannot march the people forward, step aside. Because most of struggle is not for greedy people. Most of struggle is not for those who want to enrich themselves. Do you have pity on your people? When you look around Ogoni, what do you see? Many of you have traveled to all parts of the world. What do you see in comparison to what you have at home? You have oil. You've traveled to Dubai. You've traveled to other parts of the Arab world. You've traveled to America. When you compare, what do you see? What do you think? Because that should be able to make you realize the steps you are taking. I'm calling on Ogoni people, please remain peaceful. But never, let me tell you, when you revolt against those who want to take your thing, it is self-defense. You've never committed any sin. But it will be foolish of us to sit tight and watch them take what belongs to us. It will be foolish of us. So I'm calling upon Ogoni people. Rise up. Defend yourself. Never allow this government to take this oil. That is the only way we can appreciate Ken Saro-Wiwa and 8 others, and over 3,000 that were murdered. We have to show commitment. We have to show appreciation. So please, Ogoni people, it is time we let them know that we've been taken for granted for so long, and we can decide our life for ourselves. Our future is not in the hand of the Nigerian government, it's in our own hand, and that is why we have to decide. So to round up this video, I'm calling on Ogoni youth to understand that Ken Saro-Wiwa, the Ogoni struggle is not about politics, it is about self-determination and autonomy. So instead of us to step below autonomy, let us go out completely for what? Independence from Nigeria. It is your right. Don't let anybody deceive you. You see, fear makes people talk stupid. Fear makes people talk rubbish. Don't let anyone instill fear into you. No, it is your right. If you want to stay or you want to get out of Nigeria, it is your right. So let's all start and do something now. Because like I said, Nigeria is coming to separate. There will be separation. Nigeria is going to disintegrate. So let's think in that line and let's begin to do things in that line. And let us not allow ourselves to be cheated again. Remember Kensara Wiwa and 8 others. Think of an old woman or man in your village. Think of children suffering. I just can't fathom this. Look, where there is oil, if you go to your primary school and secondary school, everything is dilapidated. And there is oil. There is no basic amenities. There is no light. My God. There is no light. No good pipe-borne water. And you have oil, you have gas. My brother, you have to think now. You have to rise now. You are shouting Mandela, praising Mandela today. If Mandela has kept quiet, his people will still be suffering. You know Martin Luther King today, if he had kept quiet, his people will still be suffering. You know Mahatma Gandhi, if he had kept quiet, India will still be suffering. You know all of them, even more better than I do. You can mention them, you can tell their history, but what happens to you? So the same history they made, why don't you want to make that history? Because it is until you start, you can't make that history. So we all have to start. Forget about this politics, it won't help you. Look at the number of people that were killed in Ogoni during this last politics. Every political year, people die. Look at the man that was shot by SARS. And instead of the government he was fighting for to fly this man abroad, even to South Africa or India for operation, they left him in Ogoni land or in Port Harcourt. And this man died. And after his death, the governor Weke came to meet, condole with the family. Said he's giving them 200 million. So he had 200 million, and you couldn't fly this man abroad for immediate treatment. Now I want to ask you: do you think if that boy or if that man was the brother of Weke, the governor, he will leave him in Nigeria? Do you think if it was his son, he will leave him in Nigeria? What is wrong with us? The man is dead and gone. Do you think if that man is alive, he will not be able to work out his own life, his own way, and make more than 200 million? What is 200 million naira? You give his family 200 million. That's foolishness. You allow him to die. When the man needed you most, you turn your back on him. And only to come after he's dead to go and give 200 million to his family. Shame on you. These are what you see. And I'm telling you, Ogoni people, let's forget about this politics. We boycotted the election as far back as 1993. And we were on the road to complete autonomy. But this same government, this type of behavior kept repeating itself. I'm calling on you, don't let it repeat again in Ogoni land. Don't let it repeat again. So we have to rise and fight for our right. Great Ogoni people, great. We are great people. We are great people. I mean it, we are great people, and we will achieve greatness. Thank you, and God bless you.